Welcome back. This is the Vent, Rebuild, Refocus podcast presented by We Chat here. And we have a beautiful panel this evening. We have Sierra, the beautiful Sierra. We have Simone. We have Ivory. We have Nakeva, Miss Nakeva, New York. Understand? We have the one and only Wolf. And I am that boy Reckless. And we're going to talk about a topic that got a lot of controversy. And I guess it's a controversial topic, but is flirting cheating? Understand? And then we're also going to go into what constitutes flirting, because I think it's a fine line between flirting and just beyond flirting or pre-flirting. So the floor is open. Who wants to speak first before I start picking dots? Is flirting cheating? Wolf, let's go.
Oh.
Flirting, yeah, I mean, it's up under the vocabulary of cheating, you know what I'm saying? But it depends on the situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be out in public and be flirting with somebody, or, you know, you could be with your partner who you is, and y'all could be flirting in the room, you know what I'm saying, with each other. So it depends on the situation. That's how I look at it.
Pause. All right, go ahead.
Right?
Nah, go ahead.
But yeah, I say it's listed up on the cheating.
Okay, you would consider flirting cheating. Nakeva, what have you?
So I personally feel there's no yes or no to this.
Okay.
Because one, I feel like, there is different levels of flirting. I also feel like sometimes with relationships, we look to society to be like, oh, is this right or wrong? But I think it ultimately depends on the relationship. I think it's important, like when you're in a relationship, especially a committed relationship, that you feel is leading to something serious, that you kind of define what flirting is in our relationship, what's cheating in our relationship. And then, kind of go from there. But I think it depends on the people in the relationship and what you define as flirting in your relationship.
Okay. So it's particular to the people inside the relationship. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, Simone, go ahead.
I agree wholeheartedly with that statement. Cheating is defined by the two in a relationship as well as flirting. So once you are in a relationship, you have to set boundaries and discuss those things amongst one another. And for some, it may not be cheating, and for some others, it may be cheating. But in my opinion, it is not cheating, but it's disrespectful. And that's basically all I see with the whole flirting thing.
Okay. Flirting is disrespectful. Irie, what have you?
Well, I think that I kind of agree with some of the things that other people on the panel have said. I think for me, I would define it from a more spiritual standpoint. And when we're looking at the terminology flirting from a spiritual standpoint, it's yes, if anyone who looks at a person lustfully, a woman lustfully, is already committing adultery in their heart. That's, Matthew 5:28. So if that's something that if you're
okay, go ahead.
if you're, utilizing that as your basis and your foundation, then yes, flirting would be cheating.
Okay, cool. The spiritual aspect, and you side with flirting is cheating. All right, Sierra, what have you? Miss Controversial post, what have you?
Flirting is not cheating.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You said flirting is not cheating to you?
To me, flirting is not cheating. I feel like flirting is just disrespect,
Okay.
being disloyal if you're doing it behind your partner's back. Of course, it's wrong. I'm not saying flirting is okay. It's wrong in a sense, but because of,
Mhm.
we don't want our partners lusting or any type of attraction towards anyone else, a kiki and none of it, goofy stuff or what people call it, that friendly behavior. But is it cheating though? No. I wouldn't go break up with my partner because he was flirting. Like, just why are you doing it? We'll probably have to talk about it, but I'm not gonna just ruin the whole relationship because you out there being friendly and stuff.
Right.
I don't think
I,
being friendly is flirting.
hold on. Whoa. We gonna dive into it.
No. Let's
Hold
talk
on.
about it real quick. When I say
Hold
that,
on.
that's what people talk about in the social life. Like, people consider flirting. They're like, you being friendly. You being too friendly. Oh, why you liking her post? You being friendly, but really, it's probably just flirting. So I was being sarcastic when I said being friendly because that's what people say. Oh, you being friendly. Oh, you too friendly. I don't like my man friendly.
Okay. All right. So is flirting cheating? In my opinion, absolutely not. Uh, absolutely not. For me, flirting at certain moments could be advantageous. Understand? Depending on the situation. So I'm gonna deem it not cheating. Now let's get into what defines and what cheating or flirting entails. Now we heard earlier that is sometimes is particular to the individuals, right? But just in a general sense, on the definition sense, and not on opinion, which is still opinion. But what is the ramifications of flirting? Like, okay, so now we heard the friendly talk. Um, is a friendly female or a friendly guy, is that a flirtatious friendly, or is it a supportive friendly, or like what is the? Let's talk about it.
Hey,
I
can
mean,
I
I
stop
think
you?
being friendly is being friendly. I don't think being friendly and flirting kind of connect. Like,
Okay, two different things.
because I think, yeah, I feel like it's two different things. Like, being friendly is being friendly. Flirting is flirting. But when it comes to defining flirting, again, I feel like that is within the constraints of the people in the relationship. But for me personally, I feel like there's different levels of flirting. So
Okay,
I don't feel like it's just one definition of flirting that covers everything, because I feel like it's different levels to flirting. So you can have a very light, small level of flirting, and then you can have a very intense, intimate level of flirting. So I
so
think,
so so let me ask this, and let me ask this. So what level, right? Because we're gonna talk on a personal level as well. What level are you comfortable with of a light flirting, and what level of flirting is permissible to you
in a relationship,
in a relationship?
so
Let's
you
talk about it.
ask the people in the relationship, right? No. I mean, no. Okay, so for me, like, I'm a big flirt. Like, people know I'm a big flirt, right? Um, don't mean I want anything from you. Like,
Right,
I will never call you. I don't want to see you. I don't want nothing intimate. Sometimes it's just fun, you know.
right.
But I'm single, so I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm single. Um, but I think in a relationship, it has to be what you set with that person. And I feel like a lot of that is life experiences. Like,
Okay,
if you was in a lot of relationships where the guy is flirting and it end up to cheating, then you might have like a strong opinion about flirting. But if you've been in relationships, you've seen people flirt and nothing ever happened, or if you flirted and nothing has ever happened, then, you know, you might feel a different way about flirting. For me, because I'm a big flirt and I know that I flirt and I've never cheated, then I'm okay with flirting because of my life experience. But so I think it depends on the two people, their life experiences, and them being in a committed relationship saying, okay, this is what is going to work for us, you know, in that relationship. And I also feel like if your life experience is so different than that other person and y'all can't come to a compromise, then you don't need to be in a committed, like you don't need to be in a
Okay.
relationship if you can't come to a compromise in terms of what defines certain things within your relationship. Yeah,
So
but for
what?
me, if I'm a flirt, I'm okay with flirting.
Okay.
My flirting has never led to cheating. So
Okay. Okay. Simone, go ahead. What is your level of acceptance of flirting in a relationship, if it is any?
No, there's absolutely none. There's no reason to be flirting with anyone else for any reason. I feel like flirting leads to other things. They don't have to lead to other things, but 9 times out of 10, you are flirting with the person that you're with to even get to the level that you're at. So you might be leading another person on, and then it becomes playing with people's emotions. I believe we need to define what's flirting. I don't know if we have already, but I don't see
No.
the
So
purpose of flirting, because what's the end goal? I don't flirt for
okay.
fun.
Okay. No, you know what? That is a great point. So yeah, let's talk about it. What is the purpose of flirting? Yes. What is the purpose of flirting? What
My
are you trying to get
purpose,
out of it?
my purpose personally is to because I like you. I'm not going to flirt with you just because.
Okay. So you're if you flirt, you're trying to actually court and secure something.
Yes, I'm attracted to you in some way, shape, or form if I'm flirting with you.
so how about trying to secure not getting a traffic ticket? Hey, officer, like I mean, what?
I know.
Sometimes flirting, the intent is innocent. Like you trying to
Uh-huh.
get out.
I feel like
So
that's
here's the
being friendly.
officer.
That's not
I'm gonna flirt
flirting.
with him because I don't want that traffic ticket.
That's being friendly. That's not flirting to me.
Okay, okay. So you consider that on the lines of being friendly. Okay, and so I'm Nikeva, in that
Hmm?
sense, I agree with you, and that's why I said sometimes I believe flirting can be advantageous and not on or looked at as your spouse is trying to cheat or overstep the boundary, right? So Irie, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like what's happening is that a lot of times people utilize the terminology flirting, but kind of what you guys are describing is more like being charming or charismatic. Just being able to articulate yourself in a way to be able to, talk yourself out of a speeding ticket, but it has no intent of, intimacy or any intimate action. To me, I feel like flirting is more of like a post check. It's to lead to some level of intimacy, whether that's an intimate relationship or any type of, connection with this other person in some intimate type of way. It's not just, trying to talk
So,
yourself
So
out of a
so
certificate.
hold on, wait. So flirting by definition is is when you try to use a lure, and it's also safe for amusement, right? Not leading to nothing intimate, but just for amusement purposes.
are you reading this
Amusement.
definition or?
That was paraphrasing. I read the
Okay,
definition already. However,
I'm just
we can get
asking.
the definition read.
Just
It's
asking.
not a problem.
It's inquiry.
So I
But what I hear though, what I think is most important is I hear everyone saying flirting is cheating depending on the intent. Like, why are you flirting? What are your intentions? What are you trying to gain from it? Which I think is valid. Like, what's the
yeah,
intent?
I think that's valid. I think that's
Yeah.
a valid point.
I mean, nine times out of 10, when you flirt, your sport is to get something out of a person. 9 times out of 10. I mean, when a person be flirting, it's to go in your favor.
No, yeah, but every intent isn't a sexual intent, right?
No,
Every
not at
no,
all.
no. Right. So, in your relationships, Wolf, what level of flirting, if any, right, would you allow, or would you allow?
I mean, personally, I mean, if I'm in a serious relationship with somebody, we can flirt with each other. We ain't got to flirt with nobody else. You know what I mean? Don't matter who walks into the
How
room.
boring now.
I mean, whoever walks into the room, you know what I mean? It shouldn't matter. You know what I mean? Whether if that person got more money than me or not. If you locked in with me, shit, I'm the only person you need to be flirting with. And if you ain't locked
Okay.
in with me, then, you know, that's when the cheating getting involved.
It goes right from cheating. Right to cheating. All right. So Sierra, what what is your level of allowance to flirting, if any? Understand? Let's hear it.
So y'all might hear my chap in the back real quick. It's fussy. But this is so funny, y'all. I do want to go first before I say anything. I like everybody's point of views of it. I like to look at things from each point of view. And the one that Nikaba said is really different. But I mean, it is true in a sense because I guess it does depend on your partner and what you guys accept and don't accept. Because some people, as you said, like if they flirt themselves, like they really could care less about cheating. I mean, about not cheating, but about flirting. Like they flirt, they probably don't even see a problem with it that you're flirting because they don't care. Not trying to say 10 because they're probably doing it. Or they feel like it's pointless. Like I don't know. So is flirting acceptable in a relationship? I feel like it's not because I feel like if you're with your partner, if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be flirting with nobody. That's just weird. Like, go be with them or you need to be single. I feel like flirting is for single people. Flirting is not for people in a relationship. Flirting is okay when you're single. Flirting is not okay. You're no longer available to flirt with nobody. I think that's just a little off limits. What was the other question you asked? Like
No, that's what I asked. What level of acceptance was flirting and personally in your relationship? Understand?
also y'all said
For hypothetically speaking.
to get out of something or to gain something, then that's I wouldn't say that's being flirty. I like how Irene said that's more like being friendly, like you being friendly to talk your way out of something, or whichever one of y'all said. I don't know if that was Irene or Simone.
It was Irene.
You being friendly to get your way out of something. I don't really think that's flirting. Flirting comes with, and it's come with an attention, and whether it's attention for laughs, if that attention for sex, if that attention for a relationship, that's an attention for whatever the case may be. Flirting is based on your attention and your purpose of why you're doing it. Do I know why people do it? No, honestly, I don't. And then another thing I want to say, flirting can come natural to someone and it's not always intentional. They probably can't help it. And sometimes a person is not even flirting, but the other person perceived it as, oh, they flirting with me. Like, oh, he calling me baby girl. Oh, he flirting. Or, oh, she says yada, yada, yada. You get what I'm saying? But no, I'm saying that flirting with you for real. That's just how you perceive it. So I definitely agree with Nikaba on it's different levels of flirting because it is how people perceive it is if you're being funny, if that's what you really want, like it's different stuff. But in a relationship, absolutely not. If you want to go flirt, you need to be single. You need to go be on the market. I'll put you on the market. I'll get somebody for you.
All right, so look, so let me stop. So no, you made a valid point, right? Flirting should be reserved for single people. Understand? So what's my take on it? Flirting inside a relationship, is it tolerable? I believe I believe it depends on, of course, the intention, right? And then the actual, is it persistent? Is it consistent? Is this person talking to this person? Does this person know this person? Understand? So I believe it's particular to that, like it's detailed. So if here it is, if you're flirting, but you know this person and you're gonna see him in and out, in and out, in and out, I think that's more of a no-go, right? But now if it's an instance to where it's advantageous to where you might get a discount on something and it's a one time for one time, I believe that's permissible. Understand?
Wouldn't you
So
just be charming?
no, yeah, so when we say charming, right? Then we got to look at what is charm, because you could, like, flirting is charm. Yeah, you have to have some type of charm to even be flirtatious. Understand? Like I don't think if you're not charming, you can't, like, how are you flirting if it's
Right.
no attraction? Understand?
Right.
You're just saying uh uh you're just saying words at that point, because flirting is also body language. It's not just a verbal or written communication, it's also body language, right? So you could flirt by posture and body language. So I think it's a more facets of flirting, right? We have what people consider flirtatious apparel. Understand? So now here it is. If a female wears something out in public, what is the rules and ramifications of that in a relationship? If she has flirtatious wear, if flirting is unacceptable in a relationship, right? And she wears provocative clothes out, where do we define that?
That's just called provocative clothes. Like, and I don't even know that I would call it provocative clothes, but
Flirting either.
I think that a woman's how she clothes her body should be considered flirtatious or not.
You said it shouldn't be.
Should not. Is not.
So
Is
oh,
not.
whoa. You have, in 2023, you have what we got on the internet, what people consider thirst traps, right? Women, they come out in the bikinis, they come out in the and I'm not knocking nobody. They come out with the fishnet tights. Understand?
Okay.
Right? They come out in all this, right? No underwear, none of this. So that is not provocative. That is not flirtatious apparel. You wouldn't consider that?
I think
Okay, so
it's
I
hard to make.
think you're kind of like blurring the lines a little bit, because I hear you saying provocative clothing, which is one thing, but then I hear you saying like flirtatious apparel. So the clothing, the apparel can't be flirtatious, because flirting is a verb. So I think, yeah, you could have on provocative clothing, but it depends on the person, what they do to make it flirting or not necessarily the clothing.
So flirting is definitely a verb. However, it's passive. It is not action verb. Flirting is a passive verb. Not what she said. Here we go. Look, topic number 2: verbs and that. Not playing. So now here. But now this is the thing. Okay, be it as it may, clothes in itself isn't flirtatious or unflirtatious. Okay, great. It depends on what you're doing in the clothes. All right, fine. That's okay. Still, if a woman wears clothes and she's strutting in this type of apparel and it's it's flirtatious, right? That's the end of it.
No.
Not what it is or what it's not, but she's being flirtatious in her wear. What ramifications is that in a relationship? Is that acceptable? Is that non-acceptable? Because I know women like to look good, but what is the line that needs to be drawn? So is that just particular to the two?
Okay, so with this whole flirtatious wear, I don't know that I agree with that concept in terms of like flirtatious wear or
Right.
flirtatious outfit.
I don't know.
To me, it really diminishes a man's willpower and control. It just kind of sounds like men are wild animals and they just, if they see a woman dressed a certain kind of way, they just lose all manner of control and they don't know how to, like, govern themselves. Like, how is that responsibility on
All right,
women?
so hold on. All right, so
That's
let
another
me
topic for another day.
let me further elaborate. Okay. So in a relationship, right? If a girl goes out in the mesh top with no bra, what is that considered?
That's an abomination. Why? Why are we going out in mesh? Yeah,
No, people wear stuff like this.
If you're in a committed relationship, well, okay. What you're referring to is more an issue of morals and values than it is flirting.
Flirt. Right. This is not flirt. This is beyond. This is a conversation of lifestyle. Like I don't.
That's the lifestyle.
You shouldn't even make it past the door in a mesh top and it's completely see through. Like, no, like, what are we doing?
But if that is the friend, right?
I mean, if she's going to like a lingerie party, it depends. It depends on where she's going. I don't know. I don't judge people for what they wear.
You're gonna know what to wear and what not to wear anyway, though. If you're in a relationship, you're gonna know what to wear and what not to wear. If you're single, you go wear whatever you want to wear.
Why so?
Because you're not gonna go out. How can I put it to you like this? You're not gonna go out topless and you're in a relationship or you're married. You know what I'm saying? You can wear something that requires a bra or not a bra, but 9 times out of 10, you should be able to put a bra on if you're married or if you're in a relationship. Now, if you're single, you may wear that outfit topless, like, without a bra. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree, but I just, sometimes I like to play devil's advocate. So say, what if that's my job? Like, what if it's my job to dress provocative because I have a show that night? I'm an entertainer, maybe a dancer, or a model, and I'm modeling some lingerie, or I'm a singer. I got a concert. I gotta wear something that my fans are like,
and that's understandable. You know what I mean? But like I was just talking for the people that's in a relationship, you gonna know what to wear and what not to wear depending on whoever you may be with.
Prime example. I got a prime example. You had Russell Wilson and Sierra, right? They attended some type of gala, right? And Sierra was draped in a fishnet. I don't know if it was a dress or tights, whatever. She's married. That is unacceptable for me. For that's what I'm saying. For me,
right?
I think that's beyond like that. That's unacceptable for marriage. Period. Understand? I don't think that's acceptable. Period.
But that's why I say it depends on the couple and what they define as acceptable in their relationship. I feel like for some reason we always look to society to determine what is good for everyone in their relationship. Like I know for me, when I'm in a relationship, I don't care what nobody else doing in society, what works in their marriage, what works in this relationship is based off of me and that person I'm in a relationship with, what we define. So if we're like, wearing that fishnet dress out in public is too much, then okay, it's too much. But if we say, okay, that's fine if you're with me, then it's fine if I'm with, you know what I mean? Like, I think it depends on the people in a relationship. I think Russell don't care. So he's confident. He's with his girl. It's not like she was by herself. So he like, okay, you can wear it because you're with me. I think whatever works for everyone else in their relationship, then it's a go.
Each his own.
Right.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I just know, for me personally, that's not gonna fly by any means. Understand? I don't think.
So let me
I
ask you this:
would.
if that's not gonna fly with you by any means, but she did it for the check, you go turn down the check or turn down the if
So
she had to do it if she had to do it on the business aspect.
So if that's her business, and I
Uh-huh.
knew beforehand, I knew
Yeah.
coming into the relationship that okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is her business, and I
Mm-hmm.
already accepted that, then yes.
Okay.
But if it's something that's being sprung on me
Oh, of course
inside
not.
the relationship,
Right.
absolutely not.
Okay.
Understand? Because
I understand.
if that's the case, I'm not even gonna go that far. But no, yeah. So it depends on what I know beforehand. So, and I guess that goes back to what Nick Caber was saying. It depends on how the two people
The structure
set
that
the
they have.
yeah
Yeah.
how they structure it.
Can I,
Understand?
can I chime in real quick?
Go ahead.
So, and this is just gonna go back on something that you had said earlier, that with your partner, you was okay with your partner or you flirting with someone to get an advantage, and then we'll just ask you, okay, well, what if this was a business aspect or whatever to get you guys an advantage, $1 million, whatever the case may be, you're not okay with that, but we're still talking about flirting. You said
No. I said I was okay with it if I knew beforehand. I think you missed that part.
so, yo, I get that. So I'm saying, okay, if you knew beforehand, but what if y'all in a relationship now and y'all are current or whatever, and then an opportunity come up, hey, $1 million on the line, you wear this fire tire with some fishnets or something or whatever, you're gonna turn out $1 million and break up with your lady? That wouldn't that still come with the flirtations of getting a car or the flirtations of getting a? Because we're talking about flirting, and I knew you said earlier you was okay with that because she's
All
with.
right. So
How
no, yeah.
about I'm gonna get my $1 million and I'll break up with you? But anyway, go ahead.
well, no. So I was speaking on the realm of if she's with me, right now. If an opportunity presents itself and she's not with me, and somebody's asking her to dress a certain way for gain, I think she definitely should come to me, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm not selling my lady. She's not for sale, right? So I want to that's a clear distinction between hey, we're about to get a discount real quick together, as opposed to somebody else telling you to do something for some money and you doing it. I think that's two different things. Understand? If you can be bought, or
Right.
if a female could be bought, then she needs to be with the buyer.
So this
Yeah, I agree.
conversation,
Um,
I don't. I don't think. I agree with Nikava. I don't think clothes are flirtation. Well, I mean, if you know what you're doing in them, then which is what she said. It depends on what you're trying to do in them. Because some girls just like fashion. Some girls like to dress it up. Crop tops, half shirts, booty shorts, whatever y'all call them. Like that's just a part of their fashion. I mean, and they probably dress them with the weather. But I don't see that as she just trying to be flirtatious. That may not be even in her intentions. It's just she want to dress up. That's how she like to dress. So I'm not gonna say it's. I think we have flirtatious like clothes. I can't. Just depends on if she's out there trying to get attention from people, literally, or out there just flirting in all the clothes and bending over and doing all that attention seeking stuff that women, or I ain't even gonna say women, that some ladies be out there doing. Just to chime my thought in.
No, and I get that, but for me, some clothes, regardless of if we deem it flirtatious or not, if it's worn, it's gonna be is when we got skin tight things and we got holes here and holes there and we got short this. I think that's just it doesn't matter if it's flirtatious or not. It is what it is. If you put it on, it's gonna be looked at as she's trying to court Understand?
I don't agree.
See, I can't,
Don't
I'm
find one.
sorry. I can't, when we say that the clothes, like, because the clothing is not a physical thing. Like the clothing is not a being that can do something to flirt or to entice or to say. I think a woman with their mouth can say, if they want to be court or not, but not just by their clothing. Because I think when we say that, then we go down a whole line of some other things where women are being sexually assaulted, and it's like, oh, but look what she had on. No, I feel like clothing cannot be flirtatious. Clothing does not tell a man that, oh, I want you because I got this on.
Exactly.
Absolutely not. No.
I agree. I agree with that fact. Clothing on a female should not be synonymous with I want attraction or you should come and try to take me or do anything that's against the law.
Right.
However, if a female wears pants and her ass is out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And her ass is out, which they have jeans and pants like such,
Mm-hmm.
the perception is going to say, damn, she is wearing her, like she's showing her ass. That's what I see. That's the presentation. And people are going to go from what they see, the presentation. Not to say she should be attacked, but she's presenting that the presentation is she wants to be courted or she wants some type of attention because her ass is out.
Nah.
So then I still think that what you're describing is a male issue that is not specific to the female and what she is wearing. If a woman is wearing pants and her ass is out, that could also mean that she has a nice ass and she's wearing shorts that has her ass out and she likes how her ass looks in these shorts. And that's it. It's not when you start talking about the clothes, just like Nikeva said, it becomes a whole nother avenue of things. It's a man issue. What you're describing is an issue of men that has nothing to do with the woman and what she has on. Your perception is your perception.
Right. So, all right. So, what is provocative? What is persuasion? What is So what is that? What is allure? Understand?
I think
Why do people put on perfume and cologne? It's the same thing.
I don't know. I honestly, I used to think I knew, but now I'll be like, I look and the face don't match the smell, so I don't know why people
exactly. Watch this. So that's exactly a point. Listen. That's a point being made. You smelled the scent. That was alluring, and then when you looked at it, was like, hold on, like why are you wearing this? I understand. It was alluring. The scent was alluring, right? So it's just like when
I'm joking though. But
I know that happens though. It's just like if you had a phone conversation with somebody and you didn't hear or didn't see them yet, and the voice doesn't match the face. Like for me, if a girl goes out in a thong, right? She goes out in a thong and a bikini. She could be going to the beach. Cool. If she's on the beach. If she's going to Walmart at 8 o'clock, for me, she's looking for attention. I don't care what's being said as far as, the clothes isn't provocative. She's looking for attention if she wears the thong and the bikini top to Walmart at 8 o'clock instead of the beach. For me.
What if her pimp made her?
That's all right then.
It's about the mindset of the person that sees her. You know what I'm saying? If I'm at or butt out on the beach, right? It's because I'm hot. Not because I want any dudes there. Like
no, not the beach. I said if you wear a bikini and a bikini bottom on the beach, that's normal. But if you're going to a regular Walmart that's not associated with a beach, just 8 o'clock, people gonna look at you like, oh, nah, what's up? Period.
But I think it's the people though. But I think it's the mindset of so everybody has their own perception. So if you see somebody that whatever they have on, right, what you think about that person's clothing is your mindset.
That's
It
a you
doesn't
problem.
mean that it's accurate. It doesn't
Okay.
mean, because like I said, her pimp could have beat her and made her like, oh, go to the
All
store
right.
and get you. Like you don't know the situation. I think is the person's mindset
So let me ask you
and
this.
whatever they decide to think.
Let me ask you this, and then I'm gonna let other people talk. Let me ask you this. From a single, all right, when you're single, when you go out, do you dress up to look good?
Do I dress up to look good?
Yeah, like so like when you go out and you're trying to court, do you dress up to court?
I don't.
Do you?
I don't try to court. So that's not a good question for me.
Well, I mean,
I
is
would
that
say
blood in you? Is that blood in your girl? Nah, all right. So
y'all
I,
fine with that. When it
she's
I
comes down
don't.
to
I'm sorry.
yeah, she got me weak right there. All right, so normal people outside of the when they try to court, I
Okay.
think they try to they dress to impress. Understand? That's
I
So
all
think
I'm
not
that's
saying.
the
themselves.
case no
They
matter
don't
what.
dress nice for themselves. Like
Like,
No,
right,
that's a fact. You should always dress nice for yourself. But so,
right.
like this is a hard point to prove with this panel. However, it's factual. I know for a fact women go out, they put on provocative clothes to attract men, right? And vice versa as well. Understand? Men go out to dress and impress women for attraction. This is a basic principle. Understand? Nobody is gonna go out
Right.
gloom and doom to attract somebody.
Yeah, if you're saying that the intent is on attracting a person, then yes, I do believe that people will dress in a way in which they feel will attract another person. However, that does not mean dress provocative, because you can dress in basic everyday clothes and still be attractive. And then based on your premise is
I agree.
what type of person you're trying to attract will determine that kind of thing. But again, it's still a you problem. Whatever that person, the other person viewing you, their perception is their problem. Whatever your intent was, they have no knowledge of what that intent is, regardless to what it is that you have on.
I
Right.
agree. I agree. But now back to what you said. If a female has her ass out in her pants, right? What type of attraction is that gonna attract?
It
Whether
depends
whether
on
whether she's trying to warrant it or not, like what attraction is that gonna attract?
wild animals. That's what it's going to attract. It's going to attract people
It's
who
gonna
have
attract
zero control
dogs.
over their hormones and their emotions and how to express that. That's what it's going to attract.
Yeah.
Simone, what you got, Simone?
I mean, because I'm certain that if a woman did that, none of the guys on this panel are going to be, foaming at the mouth.
No.
Right. So it's not specific to just, oh, well, it's a man, so she got her ass out, so this is how they're going to react. It's specific to the individual.
Right.
Whoever is viewing her, how they view her is their perception and how they do it. It's not a her problem.
agree.
I
Okay.
agree.
See,
Here's the thing. This is what
Simone.
I say this because some girls don't even have to dress up provocative or whatever y'all want to call the see-through, and they just have a good ass nice body and they still get perceived that way. You got females out here with regular booty jeans on, they butt just be, because I'm one of them. That girl look nice, like the butt is, it ain't just man, we got females out here that be looking too, like they can't help that. It's regardless of how people are gonna make their own opinions and perceive however they see someone, however they want to see it. We can't change that. But does that give that person the right to go and approach them? No. Does it give that person the right to go sexually assault them? No. Rape them? No. But we do live in a world where people do it regardless. People, because like you always tell me, in life, people do what they want. And we can't tell somebody to do otherwise. They're going to do what they want to do at the end of the day. But does I see that as them being flirtatious and anything? Like they just trying to? Some, they may. And there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like there's nothing wrong with wanting to dress up and feel good, because dressing up, you feel good. That's one of our type slogans. We always say, when you look good, you feel good. So maybe boost their self-esteem for today. Maybe dressing up and putting on a little makeup makes them feel good about themselves. Who gives it? They probably don't even give a fuck about nobody telling them that they look good. It's just a mental thing for them. And then you got those out there like they want attention, because I know a lot of females that want attention. I've been friends with them. They want to dress up this type of way. Oh, we finna go to the hood. Let's put these booty shorts on. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Because they want that attention. Because and people like that, they lack something mentally. It's something mentally going on in the inside that they feel like they have to put this on or do this or do that to get that type of attention from whoever, whatever. They need that validation. They need that whatever. And does that make that, is that wrong? No, it's not wrong or right. It's okay for them to do what they want to do at the end of the day, because we allowed to do what we want to do. People can do what they want in life. So,
So how about the other day, I'm walking my pit bulls. I have on pajamas. I got on pajamas like I'm chilling. I'm just walking my dogs in my neighborhood. And people always try to holler. So am I trying to court them? What about my pajamas say that? I mean, I'm confused. I mean, if it's about the clothing, like.
No, so no, okay. I don't want you guys to think it's just about the clothing, right? So we have clothing, right? But then we also have a mind, and we also know what appropriate, right? And we also know what's not appropriate. Nobody is gonna wear at their job pajamas, right? Or they're not gonna wear sweatpants or a jogger suit to a business meeting, right? Because it's just a appropriate attire at appropriate times. Understand? So I'm talking about when the clothing is just inappropriate for the setting, which happens. I understand it happens. Now I understand also male perception, or how a male perceives something, may be off kilter. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And a male should never impose his will on a female. Never, right?
Right.
And it doesn't give him the right. I'm not negating that fact. But all I'm saying is, you have some females and males that wear attire in an inappropriate setting for attention. And I'm talking about the ones that's gathering, that's looking for the attention. Understand? And I understand you said, well, how do you know they're looking for attention? What if she just wanted to wear this and such and such? I think it's based on the setting. If a female was in a bikini on YouTube or on the internet every day, and she was a bikini model, I think that's appropriate. If you got a female that's in a bikini all day, every day on social media, and she's not modeling the bikini or something, I think that may be a little inappropriate. Understand? Whether we like it or not, whether men like it or not, I think, especially in a relationship, that's inappropriate.
All right, I'm not going to say anything else. I just have one question. That's what's appropriate for someone to wear and what's inappropriate. Is this society we live in that
No,
defines
no, no,
this?
no. I think the setting, like, so imagine, watch this, because who defines appropriate, right? We're at a little league basketball game, right? And I come in my boxers just because I'm chilling, I'm cool. I come in my boxers. Would that be appropriate?
No.
No, it's not.
That would be inappropriate. Period. So it's not about who sets the status quo of appropriate. It's we know what appropriate is, and some people don't know, right? But I'm
Some
talking
people
about the
don't know because
panel knows.
they were not like, they haven't seen it like they were raised around other people that dress that way. I feel like it got a lot to do where you come from, how you decide to dress. But for a woman, she has to know how to be modest, and when to be modest. And I feel like that's just based on situational, like at a baseball game. You should be modest. You shouldn't just, be dressed any type of way due to the fact that there's kids there. And if you have any respect for your own children, you will understand why you don't need to be dressed that way. So it's all about, how your upbringing, your own children, how you were raised, in my opinion.
I also say it was based on I don't want to just put it on like how you was raised, because we all was raised a certain way, but we get older, we see things, we are exposed to things, we go to work, we've been in different type of environments, we done seen people dress all kinds of ways. I feel like when it comes down to putting on an attire, when it comes down to doing whatever you do in life, we could just take it further than clothes. It's a choice. You're making that choice to do whatever it is that you're doing. You know what's going to come behind it, regardless. You may go put some, and this is for male or female, you may go put some fly, sexy attire on. You know what's gonna come behind it. Simple. We're grown. We're not naive either. Let's not be naive. We know what type of attention it's gonna draw. We know what type of crowd it's gonna draw. We know what people are gonna say about us. We probably done said it before we even left the house, like, "Oh, girl, you sexy, you look good," or "Your body look real good," or whatever. At the end of the day, it's a choice, and we all grown. We know what we're doing. So, for example, if I go out there with some see-through clothes on, of course, I know what I'm doing. My intentions may not be, oh, let me go out there and flirt. My intentions may not be none of the above. But at the same time, what I put on, it says it for itself. My mouth didn't have to say anything. Like, I'm out in public walking around with a black see-through with some bright panties on. I mean, it's like, at the end of the day, like, what is we really doing in life? We know what... And it's not that I'm just looking for attention, because that person may not be looking for attention, but at the same time, you don't get that attention because what you're doing, look what you have on. You're drawing attention to yourself. Simple. So we got to hold some type of accountability for some stuff we wear. And another thing, I want to speak on this because this is something important. That's just like the girls that get raped nowadays. I'm not saying it was okay for them to get raped. I'm not saying that none whatsoever. I'm 100% against that. But at the same time, if you know you want to, you may not even know, because I don't know how it happened, but in those type of environments. But if you putting on some type of sexual attire where you're flaunting off your body, you're alone or whatever the case may be, you're around grown men and you're acting this way, you're kiki and giggling. No, that doesn't give them the right to do it. But we can't control the next person's mindset. We don't know what's going on in their head. We don't know what type of drugs they was on that day. And just by you showing them that little bit of butt, skin, titty, nipple, whatever, made them feel like they had that right and was obligated to come do what they did to you. And that's not right, no. But at the same time, it's like, we know, it's like, you just gotta know. Have some wherewithal and some respect, at least, about yourself at the end of the day. Wear what you want. I'm not telling anybody what not to wear, but we already know what's going to come behind if we do put on that type of attire, period. Simple. There's no way around it.
But that's my point. I don't think everybody is aware of, you might think they are, but I don't think everybody is aware of what it means to be modest or to not dress that way. I feel like they are in an environment where that's all they see is people have dressed, and they think that that's
out we see business casual people way out. We might look at them and snore our nose up just because that's not how we was raised. We might, oh, they look weird. Oh, why they dressing? We laugh.
Right.
I don't even want to say unaware. I'm gonna just say they simply don't care. Like, oh, they dress so nice, but I don't care. I'm gonna wear what I want to wear anyways. I think this look good on
But
me.
that's because they're not. Oh, they're not. I feel like they're not like educated on it. Like they don't understand why this is not okay. They might not care right now, but if they're going to get a job and you give them the same information of why they should care, they're gonna care then. So
Right.
But it's like
so,
this: if they go to a job place, they're not gonna go. Just like being said, they're not gonna go to the job place wearing some thongs and a bra or some.
they might. I've seen plenty of women that do that, and it's because they don't have the correct fundamentals and tools. They don't know what to do. I've seen
If
plenty
they
of
come to a
teens.
job with some thongs on and this, that, and third, I'm talking about thongs and see-through attire, then it's something mentally strongly wrong, and they need to really sit down and talk.
Not always. They're not always mentally. Like I just work with plenty of teenagers who are like 18, like grown now, and they don't know what to do. They don't know how to dress. They don't know how to put this stuff on and what's correct for an interview or whatever. They only know what they've seen, and they haven't been educated on what looks right. So I think that a lot of that times people do stuff because that's all they know. But if they knew better, they would do better. And
But then it's all about your upbringing as well, though. You know what I mean? If your upbringing,
Say that
you know what I'm saying?
is telling y'all what you wear, you need to be aware of what you wear in the audience that you will attract. Not saying those are your intentions, but you don't know the next person. So let's just make sure you're dressing appropriately, guys, for the appropriate events. And we've been aware of our surroundings because other people don't care. We're saying it. We're telling you now, don't do it.
Just to chime in a little bit, I think when we're talking about appropriateness is based on the venue, based on the avenue, because, the outfit that you're describing, it might be suitable if you're interviewing to work at Magic City. That might be what you want to wear to an interview. However, if you were interviewing for a corporate job, that might not work. So the actual attire in terms of appropriate wear, inappropriate wear is more specific to the venue. And usually at, a baseball game or a ballpark or these different types of places, they kind of have some level of basis or some type of signage in terms of what's acceptable, what's not acceptable.
Dress code.
You gotta have on shoes, you can't have no shirt, no this, no that. They kind of have those different types of rules. But I think that we did kind of stray like way far off topic. I think ultimately clothes are not flirtatious. Clothes that a person wears has nothing to do with, in terms of provocativeness. Whatever choice a woman wears is that woman's choice. Okay.
So back to that. I appreciate you bringing this back, Ari. But I'm gonna call Liz.com on that one again. Understand?
Right.
So, and I also want Nikeva, because you asked the question, what is appropriate? So let's go. We're gonna go back, right?
Yeah.
We're definitely here. We're back. So, is me wearing boxers to the Little League basketball game, would that be deemed appropriate?
So this is the thing that I was pretty much trying to get to. I feel like we allow society to make too many decisions for us, right? So I feel like, if all the people at the Little League game think it's inappropriate, then you might think that it's inappropriate, right? But I really think that it's more so people don't dress because it's, I know this is inappropriate and I'm going to wear this, or I know this is appropriate and I'm going to wear it because it's appropriate. I think it's more so, for me, it's a spiritual thing. You know what I mean? Like what I wear, and I'm not talking about religion. Like I don't care anything about what the Bible says about dressing, but I feel like it's a spiritual connection. When you have a spiritual connection with God, you know everything to do. You know everything to wear. You know everything to say. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the only reason why I was playing devil's advocate, because I'm like, okay, are we focused on society? Are we focused on how God guides us in life? You know what I'm saying? But Yeah, I mean, I think to each his own.
All right, so yeah, no, and I agree. I agree with that, right? However, just on the society realm, they would definitely deem that inappropriate. A male wearing boxers to a little league, I think that's inappropriate. That's almost borderline. You got to check in. Now, on a spiritual sense, yes, I think the spirit will lead you to do everything that's correct and honorable in your temple. I agree with that. So now let's not stray any longer. Okay. Provocative wear or flirtatious wear. Is there such a thing?
No.
Absolutely. I don't, you cannot tell me there is not. Understand? I got to call live.com on if you believe, well, whatever you believe is okay. However, for me, I do believe that it's certain apparel that if a female put on, that it is flirtatious. Understand? A mini skirt that's almost bikini high. For me, that would be flirtatious. Understand? You're trying to attract something. Yeah, bikini high, right? Exactly. For me, you're trying to attract something. Understand? Period.
So if I got a nice shape,
Mm-hmm.
pretty face, I got on a mini skirt, I'm trying to attract something. How about if I'm overweight, ugly, dirty, dusty? You might not even look my way. Like, well, so is it the mini skirt? Like, I mean, like, I don't understand how clothing.
Well, okay, I see what you're asking now. It's no. Okay, of course, it's the person who's wearing the garment, right? Because if the latter that you described, surely is no attraction in that mini skirt. Is actually atrocious at that point. Understand?
I'm gonna pause.
Some people like that.
Guys don't care. They'll sleep with a roach. I've seen them happen. We got guys like with animals. Like I don't think it matters. Like
Yeah, that's just for the people that ain't got no standards.
in their head, they're like,
You
oh,
got standards, they ain't got to just sleep with anything.
I'm gonna tap that. I'm gonna tap it.
So, but what we're saying here now is that it's not the clothing. So the
No.
clothing
All right.
is not
Right. Okay.
Like, I'm confused.
Okay. So it does have some dealings with, of course, the physique. Understand? Nobody like, come on. I know, but so I get what you're saying. So yeah, I stand corrected. Clothes in itself can't be flirtatious, but it is how you present it. It is how a female presents it. Okay.
I mean, a woman
Or
gonna get
a male
judged
presents
regardless,
it.
though.
Come again?
What'd you
So
say?
a woman can be
What?
judged regardless of what she got on. You know
Right.
what I'm
No, yeah,
saying?
that's a fact.
So,
But certain
Think it's how
certain
presents it.
clothes.
I'm sorry. I just want to be correct there. So, are we calling you Wolf? Because
Yeah.
your full name is on the thing.
Nah, right. I mean, Darren. I mean, we know him. This isn't. We're not.
Okay.
We're not like, oh, Whoop is Derek. Derek is Whoop. It's okay. We're not all in.
Okay.
It's still the same person at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Okay. I
We're
just didn't know if you
Like my
wanted to be
government
like incognito. And okay.
But
And
what
then
I'm
you like
saying is, at the end of the day, when you're grown and you know what you're wearing, you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all know what to wear when we going to wherever we're going. I know when I go on an interview for a job, I know to have a collared shirt on, some slacks, and some casual shoes. I'm not about to go in there with Jordans on, a jersey, football jersey, because it's not appropriate. You know what I'm saying? We all have to, when you conduct yourself in the higher standard that you can to get into whatever
and
you're
so
trying
that
to do.
higher standard comes from your connection and your relationship with God.
Right. First.
So some people don't have
Absolutely.
that. Some
Well,
people
if you
don't have
don't have it, you need to get it.
so they don't know what God is not guiding them in their decision making and the outfit that they pick out. And so
And I understand that. But there's nothing to pull a person to the side and say, hey, look, you executed the job, but your appearance wasn't good enough. You understand what I'm saying? That's when you can enlighten the next person to let them know, hey, look, you might want to wear this, or I suggest you may want to do this next time if you didn't get the job or if you got the job. You know what I'm saying? It's always, you're always trying to uplift the person when you see something that could be fixed.
So
we're in 2020.
I think
like it's a rubric to any job. I don't care if it's Magic City, they want you naked. I don't care if it's whatever job you apply for, they have a rubric. But let's use a different setting instead of a job, because job's gonna have a manual for you, like no skinny jeans, no leggings, no whatever. Like the example Ben had gave earlier, like going in Walmart, that's just like going to a basketball game or a little kid's football game or something. Like, you don't want to go out there and seeing nobody out there in they thongs or in they boxers.
Right.
All of it.
so.
So much of that getting hit on, like it's attractive. I'm probably sitting back like, your butt stink. Like, why are you walking around with your ass out? Nobody want to sniff that. Like, what is you doing? It's ridiculous at this point. Like, I'm probably talking shit. I'm not even hitting on you. Like, if you hitting on that, I'm buying each his own. But that's very alarming if you walk. You walk
just the chime.
Don't have that. Go ahead.
So I think when it comes down to the clothes, that the only clothing items that I think could be considered inappropriately worn, or like, worn at the wrong time or whatever you want to call it, would be lingerie and swimwear. And the only reason is because they have specific intent what it was created for. Lingerie was created for the bedroom. Swimwear was created for going swimming, beach, pool, whatever. If you're wearing either of those items anywhere else, then yes, that's inappropriate. Every other clothing item, I don't think it necessarily, like, whether she had on scrubs or, a mini skirt, it's just clothes. I don't think that it has any flirtatious intent or any of that kind of thing. I don't think it matters. Even with the scenario that you gave when it came down to physique, the intent could still be the same. A woman that is of a larger physique could still wear a mini skirt with the intent to attract men. Whether it's successful or not depends on the man. But I don't think clothes itself is something that you can utilize in terms of determining if someone is being flirtatious or not.
It's all about the individual.
But see, y'all, they getting a little crazy out here with these clothing lines. Like, they cutting the pockets off the pants now and showing a piece of, like, that's just dramatic. Like, I done seen some new clothing attire out here. Now, some clothing is just like, why? Why are you cutting the back butt cheeks out of jeans? That's just like very crazy. But I mean, just the overall clothing, y'all, for real. I guess we can all agree that it's certain clothes, bikinis and lingerie. Okay, no, it depends on the setting. I mean, the beach and stuff like that, bedroom, okay. But if we know that, just know the audience of how people are going to perceive what you're putting on. Because if you're putting on something, everybody's going to have an opinion about it, regardless if we feel it's right or wrong. Regardless if they feel it's right or wrong. We can't change nobody, but we can only get the message out there that, hey, you wearing a bikini at Walmart, that's kind of not okay. Is they going to change it? No, they probably don't care because they still wore it in there anyway. So evidently they don't. Let's just not do that. But let's get back to the topic of flirting is flirting. Overall, y'all, flirting is flirting. Flirting is not cheating, but people perceived it as cheating when it went back to my post. A lot of people was making a lot of shares, and in the shares there was like, flirting is cheating because flirting can lead up to, or flirting is cheating because flirting is a form of, or flirting is cheating because it done hook me up with a lot of flames. This is the thing here that I want to say. Flirting, just because it leads up to cheating doesn't make it cheating, because once it leads to cheating, it's cheating. It's no longer flirting. So that's something that needs to be understood. Well, flirting, it falls under the category of cheating. Okay, but it's not cheating, though. It's somewhere under the category to cheat. It's still not going to take away what cheating is. Cheating is cheating. Flirting is flirting. I can't say, oh, because somebody was flirting, oh, you cheated on me. No, you just a kiki and a laughing. You probably just doing it for the sake of it. You probably doing it to uplift the person. You probably doing it to gain something from the person. Whatever. I can't view it as you are cheating on me. Cheating to me, if a person is cheating on me, they are having sexual intercourse with someone else. If we are together and we're a family, you're taking money out from my home and you're gonna spend it on somebody else. You pouring money into somebody else, and that money need to be going into our foundation, our family, our kids, our whatever. And cheating is so forth. Flirting is not sex. People keep saying flirting is an action. Flirting is not an action, because if I go have sex with somebody, am I still considered flirting? And everybody was like, no, that's not. But you just said flirting is an action, and I just went and did an action. I wouldn't have sex with somebody. Am I still flirting? Because I want to know if my man gonna break up with me. So, anyways, just to drill back into the topic, let me know how y'all feel about that.
No, that's
I
a
think.
good. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Bill.
No, I was just saying that's a good point. What line does flirting enter into the realm of the real word is infidelity, understand, but we'll call it cheating so everybody can understand. No disrespect to everybody, but we'll just call it cheating. But the real word is infidelity when we're talking about relationships. So what realm does flirting and turn into what people say flirting is cheating? So let's talk about it.
So I was one of the people that felt like, just straight out the gate that flirting is a infidelis type of action.
Okay.
Like there is very cut and dry. And it's, to me, it's something that typically, when you are in a relationship, the likelihood that someone is going to flirt in front of their partner is not very likely. It's usually something that's done in secret because of that reason, because they know that their partner would not, approve of it, or they would feel some type of way, in some type of negative type of way in regards to it. So I just don't think that, it's a definite no.
Nikava?
Well, to me, that goes back to, again, defining what flirting is in your relationship and what cheating is in your relationship. So for some people, cheating in their relationship is okay, physical. You physically do something with someone else. Okay, that's cheating. And then for some other people, it could be just any kind of intimacy, and that doesn't have to be physical, and they may feel like that is cheating as well. So I think that I didn't respond, but I think that's why you got a lot of different, opinions with that question, because the definition of cheating to one person is not the same to another person. So you're thinking cheating as physical, but they might be thinking cheating as intimate or mental, or, they just have different definitions. So that's why it's important if you're in a serious relationship, to kind of define, okay, this is what cheating is in our relationship. Because if not, then a person can cheat and be like, oh, I didn't know that was cheating. we never set that standard of what cheating was.
So let's
Hold on a second, Ben. That's the thing. I love everybody except for the ones that was really disrespecting me. I don't appreciate that. But I love seeing everybody's point of view, because I can agree. I never said I disagree. I can agree with people's definition. But see, the original post was coming from actual dictionary definition of what is cheating and what is actual flirting. Flirting is communication. Flirting is for amusement. Flirting is body language. Flirting is, it didn't say flirting was physical. Hey, get off of him. But sorry y'all, it's over here crawling around road playing. But I understand where people are coming from, because if you are flirting, that is disrespectful and disloyal to your partner, because you're sneaking and doing it. Of course, when they find out, it's gonna hurt them. We don't want to hurt our partner. cheating doesn't really necessarily have to be sexual or physical, because cheating starts, I feel like it hurts more when they're building a mental connection with someone. I'd rather them go have sex with someone than to be sitting there chatting all day and building a bond and learning this and this about each other and building a whole connection through just verbally talking to each other, because that happens. People fall in love through words. People fall in love through conversation. It's quicker than they will fall in love through just having some sex, because sex is really meaningless if it's not no type of emotional connection there. That's just my opinion. So I agree with everybody's perspective of what they were saying on the post, because you got to put yourself in those shoes. Okay, well, if your partner was sex with someone, you telling me that's not going to bother you? Absolutely. If your partner is building a mental connection with someone that's not going to bother you, absolutely. He needs to be only building a mental connection with me. We need to be building our connection to get stronger, not him going to go rebuild and rebond with someone else, because that creates feelings, that creates emotion. So, of course, that's going to hurt. I'm not disagreeing with anything that anyone said, because those are true. But let's not take away, though, from the actual definition of the word. We can come up with our own definition of what we feel flirting is or what we feel cheating is, but it doesn't take away of what the actual definition of the words are. Period.
Who defined that word?
So, yeah, because I feel like the actual definition is based off of that person. Like, no, there's no book I can read that tells me my definition of what I think cheating is.
No, not cheating, but no. But
Or even flirting.
We're talking about flirting though. There's an actual definition of flirting. Now, so
it is.
with
Yeah,
that
no,
statement,
I
we
don't
can do
know
that.
Webster. I make my own definition.
All right, cool. No,
I don't know what y'all talking about.
I agree. Listen, I agree with that, but we could do that with everything in the world at
And
that
you
point.
should. And you should.
No.
And everything.
Listen, but you gotta understand, we was raised in the same culture, so of course we could do that. And 9 times out of 10, we do that. That's why we live a certain way, right? I understand.
That's where
That's
we at.
okay. But however, we're talking. We're also talking to the masses. So if we're gonna say that, we also got to educate the masses. Like, you really want to tap into the inner God in you and start defining things of who you are and not what you've been taught. Understand? You have to unlearn and relearn. So if we spew that message of we define our lives, which everyone should, we also have to give them the message of knowing thyself and finding that inner God. Understand? And if you can't, get with people that can understand and lead you to find the inner you. Because at the end of the day, like Nikayla said, defining who you are on this earth is more important than somebody telling you who you should be. Understand?
Yeah.
Because we live, and I say we, according to who we are and not to what people say we should be. Understand? Period. The going against the grain has always been prevalent since a youth. That's just a fact of the matter. But so certain people don't live that, and they don't know that. Like Simone was saying, they don't know that is an inner God. All they know is I've been taught this, I've been raised this way. So if we introduce that, we also gotta show them how to get to the light and lead them, not into temptation, right? We can't just say no. I define everything on my own, and they like, what is she talking about? How? So we also got to give people the egress to hey, listen, this is how. Understand? It's the inner God, it's that inner connection, that Holy Spirit that we tap into. Like I was just in the conversation where I tell people, and this is going off the topic, but we're gonna get back on topic of religion and spirituality. Understand? So where I say it's in a nutshell, when somebody go tell you, hey, go find a church, that's religion. But if I go say, hey, go find God, that's a spiritual sense. Understand? Because a church and God are two different things. However, we have to. If and I agree with you, Nikava. Like we define what things are, not what society. I'm always against the status quo. Understand? Who sets my standard other than me? So I agree, but we also got to educate people on that type of stance.
Gotcha. Well said, brother. Well said.
It's like, okay, yeah, who sets my wall?
Can we all go around and give our own view of what we think cheating is in our relationships?
In your personal relationship.
If you're in a relationship, I can't even get my words together. If you're in a relationship with someone, what do you define as cheating to your partner? What that your partner would do that you would consider cheating?
Well, me personally, going out and laying down with somebody else other than me is a totally a no-go.
Definitely no.
Okay.
That's it.
That's one of the main things, yeah. I mean, you're in a relationship, you know what to do, what not to do, but that cheating from back home.
Well, would you say lay down? Because I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do not lay down.
See what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
Oh, when you cheating, like having sex with somebody else.
You gotta be clear with your.
You having sex with another person other than who you with. That's what I mean.
No, I'm just messing. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Simone, go ahead.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Simone.
Yeah, I agree. Having sex with someone else or doing anything with someone else where your intent is to, what's the word? If you know you have feelings for someone else and you're engaging in any type of activity with them, to me, that's cheating. If you know that you like a person and every day you go to work, you still meet up with that same person, that's cheating to me because you know what your intent is. You like that person. What's not cheating is letting the other person know that you might have feelings for someone else and deciding what y'all gonna do with that relationship, but not letting them know is cheating.
Okay. Irie?
Anything that you do with someone else that you would not be able to do with me present, whether that's intimate, well, because there's emotional. Why are you laughing at me?
That's a what? Go ahead.
Well, why should it be? Wait, if you in a relationship, you should. Okay, go ahead.
No. So what I mean is like emotional, like I'm talking about with the opposite sex. So emotional relationships, like you can have emotional conversations and that type of stuff, and then the physical things, the flirting stuff, you giving this like the whole work husband, work wife, and all that kind of stuff. Like we doing all that.
Say that, Irene. You said the word what?
Is that's cheating?
So
the work wife, the work husband.
So I think it's borderline. It's all, to me, I'm just putting it all in one big back.
This is a personal account, so it's cool.
I'm understanding everybody.
Right. For clarification, you saying work husband, work boo is in the realm of cheating?
Yes.
I feel like it's very it's linking. I feel like all of these different kind of things is just kind of like bullshit. It's like, so you bring us lunch.
That is cheating. Why would you
buy her lunch? You like, no.
No.
Be giving.
That don't even mean to have one of those.
Right. You should not be giving any person outside of me, your wife or your husband, vice versa, the ooey gooey feelings that's reserved for your spouse. Like,
what if
that's
you're a motivational speaker?
then you motivationally speak.
They don't say nothing about telling them they cute and you want to ooty
That's
Hold on,
it.
ooty and cootie, and
hold
it's not motivational speaking.
That's it.
Nobody said nothing about ooty cootie in the motivational speech.
But also another thing that I feel like a lot of times may be a scenario that occurs in relationships where it's borderline. For me, it would be a definite no. I feel like there's times where someone else might have interest in you, but you're not interested in them. But because you know that they're interested in you, you kind of, get things from them. And it's just like, oh, like she'll do it because she feeling the kid. So like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go to the Foot Locker and go get an upgrade on these J's right quick. She feeling the kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. I don't like, like that's a no.
Yeah, I read. This has been a pleasure. I'm weak right now. I ain't gonna lie, I'm weak.
I'm saying people do it. You know it.
No, right. So, Nikayla, go ahead. What is your rubric?
All right. So one, let me say I'm not in a relationship right now.
Okay.
So, but
And that
when
does not mean but go ahead.
but when I am in relationships, the for me, cheating is intimacy. Any intimacy outside of our relationship. And
Okay.
I mean, I can elaborate more, but I don't know if it's appropriate for the podcast.
All right, no, it's appropriate. So define intimacy, please. What is considered intimacy to you?
So intimacy is an emotional feeling that why are you laughing? That you get that is mental and physical. That is both mental and physical.
Okay, cool.
That's what I said. She just said it real articulate.
She said it.
No. I think
Yeah.
we're saying different things though, because I do feel like you can have sex with somebody and there'll be no intimacy, right?
Whoa. Okay.
I think cheating, it has to be intimacy involved. It has to be a sense of a mental and a physical and actually a spiritual connection in order for it to be intimate. If that don't exist, then that's not cheating to me.
So you can
So
have
if it's just a jump off is
physical.
very.
So meaning,
that's all physical.
Let me just paraphrase to people that may not get it in the back. Meaningless sex is not cheating.
Well, define meaningless sex, though, because
No,
meaningless sex doesn't
happen
repeatedly. If it happens repeatedly, then the intimacy is there.
Right. I'm not talking about repeatedly. I'm talking about just the one off. There's no intimacy. It's like the situation is just happenstance, or it may not be happenstance or whatever. But the criteria of intimacy is not present.
Who was the lady that said that the intimacy has to be mental?
Nikayla.
Where you from?
She's from Brooklyn.
Okay.
What happened?
I was asking where you were from.
Oh yeah, I'm from Brooklyn. These my siblings.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
my younger brother and sister.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay.
So intimacy has to be there. I don't think if intimacy is not there, it doesn't ruin a relationship. What ruins a relationship is the intimacy.
No, also the trust though.
Outside of the relationship.
But what about like the trust? The trust that you even stepped out to go see if you had a connection with somebody else.
Of course that ruins the trust. Absolutely.
So
But
the relationship.
well, that depends because you could repair the trust if that's what you
Mhm.
guys decide to do. I don't
Mm,
feel like just because a person cheat that the relationship is over. If both people decide to, okay, you know what, we're gonna work through it, and then that depends on the people. But yeah, of course, the trust would definitely be broken, but that's up to the two people if they feel like, okay, the trust is so badly broken that they can't repair it. And usually that happens if it's a repeated thing though. Like I said, repeated, that's intimate. That's intimate. That's not,
But
that's
repeated
not
is not
without
the same as
intimacy.
multiple partners.
I can't hear you.
I said repeated is not the same as multiple partners.
Right.
Repeated is not the same as multiple partners.
Right.
that's a fact.
They
That's
have
a
a
fact.
Right. So
and with
but
multiple
we talking
people.
about cheating. To me, that leads to a lack of self-control. So I still don't think it's cheating. I think you're with someone that has a lack of self-control. Not necessarily they're a cheater, but they got a bigger issue that they need to deal with. And so that's
So
up to you if you want to
what's the
be with
cheater
that
to you?
person or not.
No.
What's the
So
cheater to you though?
she just said it.
It's
She
already.
just said it already. You
No, I'm
missed
just
it. She
saying,
I
said
like,
have Louis. You gotta have some feelings in there.
right.
right.
She said intimacy. I
Intimate.
understand.
It has to be an intimate. It has to be an intimate exchange outside of your relationship, mental, physical, and spirit.
All right, so let's move on. That is a great perspective. I never heard of that perspective before, and that's a great perspective. So, all right, Sierra, what is where you at?
You go ahead. You go ahead and answer that. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, no, okay, because she got the children. So, okay, what is cheating to me? Or so for me, you can't cheat on me. I understand. You can only cheat yourself, right? Period. You cannot cheat on me. None. You can only cheat yourself. That's it. That's it.
Define cheating yourself.
So, okay,
That's
do
What was
you feel like,
cheating yourself?
okay, so do you feel like how much do you tolerate a person cheating on themselves? Like how I was like, okay, if it's
Okay.
repeated, then clearly they have a bigger issue. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like self-control
No. Right.
or
So yeah, you're right. How long does a person play theyself or cheat theyself out of a relationship? Right with me. Understand that definitely depends on the atrocities that's committed. Right. If a person sleeps with somebody, they don't necessarily, like you said, Nikita, that's just not just a rule breaker or a deal breaker. Understand that could be repairable, especially if there's no emotion there, right? So that's they cheated themselves because they may not get the same version of me, right? And that's something they gonna have to live with. So and that's how it goes. It's like, okay, you're cheating yourself out of the best version of me. Understand? And so that's why I say you can never cheat on me. You can only cheat yourself because every atrocity you're gonna dim the version that you get. So you're cheating yourself. Understand? Not my table has been full since 13, but we're not gonna. That's neither here nor there. So
What if they feel like
me
they wasn't
getting
getting the best version of themselves from you, so they didn't care, like they cheated and they keep committing that same atrocity, and you just keep lessening who
the
you are, and this is gonna keep lessening their value for you.
no. So the lesson in myself for them is just it'll be for them. However, I'm gonna still be great regardless to what they do or not. So what they do don't dictate necessarily what I do outside of them. Understand?
So are you actually going to be great, or do you like how do you deal with someone cheating on you? Like if someone's cheat, you said that that would be cheating
How do I
themselves,
deal with somebody cheating themselves?
right? Yeah. How do you deal
So
with
like
someone?
I said, they would not receive the best version of me.
Mhm. But that doesn't mean you would be like done with them.
No, not by any means. Understand? Because I don't believe throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Sometimes it could be purposeful. Understand? I mean, it is sometimes it could be advantageous. You know,
So it sounds like you're saying when a person cheats, they pretty much set the standard for the relationship in terms of, oh, I didn't know we was in an open relationship, but now I know. Thank you. Now I'm doing.
not so much in the open relationship, but not it's like yo, you said, and it's not like I'm going tit for tat. Like if you do something that doesn't mean I'm gonna do it, but it's just like I say, the version of me, because I present the best version of myself, right? And if that gets diminished, is because of your doing. Understand? Period. That's what it is. What it is. Understand? I think people presents the
When you
best
say they're
version
not
of.
going to get the best version of you anymore, are you saying you're going to treat them like you're going to stop being nice? You're going to stop giving them things? You're going to stop being affectionate? You're going to stop being intimate? Like, what does that entail in a relationship? Like, the best version of yourself? I guess that's what they're trying to understand. When you say they're going to lose the best version of yourself, is that like on an intimate level? Is that like on a respect level, money level, gift level? Like, what?
No, so it depends on what level the atrocity was. Like I said, so for instance, I may not care as much as what they do. Understand? Because I know caring in a relationship is important. You want to care about your spouse. You care what they do. You care how they feel. So let's say this person commits an atrocity, and I'm like, well, you know what? I could care less now. Understand? I could still be with the person, but I don't care as much for the person as far as uh if they go step like I don't care about that because I could enjoy this person without the care.
That's not
Why?
realistic though. It's like losing respect for yourself to me, and it's also not really a relationship. Like you're taking away the values of the relationship. So if you set values at the beginning of the relationship, and you're taking away from that in the midst
No,
of
yeah. So and that's why I say the person would have cheated themselves because it wasn't. I didn't take it away. The atrocity would have took it away, but that doesn't mean that the person is just deemed condemned. No, we can still do a lot of things together. Understand? We can still do a lot of things together. It's just uh at certain aspects is going to be diminished, and I'm not diminishing myself because I'm gonna still be a great person. It's just in this realm, in this setting, you're not going to get the best version because of an atrocity. Understand? That's
because
just, but this is, and again, this is just me
gotcha.
personally, right? Understand? This is just me personally. That's just how that's my level of, and that's why I say you can't cheat on me. You can only cheat yourself out of the best version of me.
To, where's the end point? Where do you draw the line?
So, the line is drawn to where I come out the Pikachu suit. And I don't know if y'all seen that what I shared, but that's just a joke. So the line is drawn when I come out of I'm getting out of character, understand, or I'm getting away from, or I'm losing myself inside the relationship. That's when the line is drawn, right? Because I can't diminish myself any further, or I can't lessen myself any further unless it's just gonna be toxic. Understand? Because I'm still a good person by nature, right? So we always want to keep that good nature. So when that becomes compromised, that's when it's just time to end all ties.
Okay, so a hypothetical scenario.
Here we go. Scenarios. Go ahead.
The person that you're in the relationship with has a one night stand and ends up pregnant. She's keeping a baby. So what
Flash you
what
out of there.
capacity is this? Like, where are we
You
at?
fired.
It's done.
Yeah, that's a. What is that a serious question you asked me right there?
I mean, yes, there was no intimacy. There was no intimacy, right? On that end, there was no intimacy, but then also on your end, there was, it was a one night stand. Like she said, she had sex with somebody.
I know, cool. No, and
So
that's
this,
perfect. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, Fabio.
No, I was saying, yeah. So it's certain home runs, right? Everything is in a base hit, right? It's certain home runs that can't happen.
Okay.
You understand? And that's like a home run scenario. It's like you skip first, you skip second, you skip third, you hit
Okay.
this out of the park. Understand?
That man said home runs. Hell no.
That's a home run scenario right there.
Whew, boy, man.
So for me, that situation that she had with, or having the baby or whatever, if there's no intimacy, then it's not cheating. However, what I need everybody to understand here is that cheating is not the only thing that ruins relationships.
All right.
So for me, it would be a matter of, okay, now that trust is severed, because you have to communicate with this person now for 18 years at minimum, because now you got a kid by them. So it would be, for me, and I'm not willing to be in a relationship for 18 years, dancing around trust. Nah. So that person will have to dumb me. You have a kid? Nah, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Okay, I was just curious because it seemed like it was like this never ending, like where there has to be a line at some point where, cheating becomes a deal breaker. Like, or at least, the things that the ramifications and stuff that could come with it.
No, yeah, but like Nikava said, like I stated, everything that is deemed cheating isn't just a deal breaker. Now, some other things may inflict right in the relationship, like you said, trust, things to that nature, respect, and all that may be severed, and you may have an uphill battle on that. But everything that's deemed cheating or what you perceive as cheating, or I don't. It's just not a deal breaker. Understand? Life happens every day, right? And then, ultimately we love people and we want to give them the opportunities to, regather and refocus. Understand? So, but you can't cheat on that boy reckless. You can only cheat on yourself. All right, Sierra.
Just listen to definitions. If I was to have if I was to went with the definition everybody say cheating is, then I get cheated on all the time. I feel like I'm a settler. Like people cheat on me like badly. But nah, so cheating to me, as I said before, if you building a connection with a person, I'd rather you go have sex with a person than to sit there and be building a connection, because I'm all about mental and things like that. So if we're building a bond, we connected, we feel like we got this in common. Oh, we the same of this or this, that, and third. I'm liking you. I'm digging your vibe. I want to put you on to this. I want to whatever, stuff like that. I just feel like that just crossed too many lines for me, because you done open up a connection and a different window with a person. I like communication. I like talking. I like to get to know a person. I like to know the qualities, the goods, the bads in a person. So I guess I look at that more on a personal level. Like if I'm texting someone and we communicating on a regular, we building a bind, then 9 times out of 10, I'm going to want to be with that person. I see some interest in this person. I see me and this person going somewhere. somewhere along the line. So if you mentally having connections with people and like people, I just can't. I just feel like that's cheating on me. Well, I'm not gonna say cheating. It's a source. It's a mental cheating. It's an emotional cheating, I guess. Um, if you are, if we're a family and we're together and you're pouring money into someone else, you're taking out of our home. I don't care if you bought that bitch a burger. Excuse my language. You're cheating because we got kids to feed. Like we got bills to pay. That's just, come on. What is we doing at the end of the day? She don't got nobody to go buy her a burger. I feel like paying another woman's bills, like just anything in that nature, that's just like weird to me because like nah. And then y'all already got some type of condition going on. No. I feel like cheating is going out and having sex with y'all. My son is enjoying stuff. I can show y'all on the camera. He done learn how to crawl and he's beating on the door right now. So anyway, I love
We
it.
don't need to. We don't need to show them.
But nah, I said if. But the thing is though, if you going out, I don't care if you didn't have a type of connection with that sex, you went out and stuck your whatever into someone else. That's just too far for me. Like you really out the door. Like that's just like, come on. But I can say all of this all the time. No. I can say all of this all the time that what cheating is to me, but at the end of the day, I live in reality and I believe in giving people chances. And my main problem is I keep giving people chances. I'm such a forgiving person. I know a person is doing me probably the dirtiest and the ways that I feel hurts me. But I believe in change and I believe in the good in people. So regardless if I feel like what cheating is or if I say, oh, if a person do this, I'm done. Do I really be done in reality? No. Do I know it? Does that make me dumb or a settler? No. That's just who I am. But once a person really gets tired and fed up and a person is tired of it, I think that's when they'll leave. Because we can't really say, oh, I'll be done with this person because we got love involved, we got feelings involved, they probably got a family together, they probably got whatever. So really, I don't really care about the definition so much of, oh, you cheated on me or oh, you flirting or whatever. Because at the end of the day, okay, they cheated, they flirted. What you going to do about it? You're going to stay. If you're not going to stay, then leave. But some people have a hard time leaving. And so that's just my little view on it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
If you bond building with someone though, if you out here bond building, if you find attraction to someone, you doing all that type of stuff that got us where we are, absolutely not. It's a no-go for me. And I just can't stand for that because we're in a relationship with each other. You need to be bond building over here. Go bond build with your kids. Go be Bob the Builder with them. Do something else with your time. You didn't have to go take that time to go pour in and connect and text all day with someone else or link up or asking to take people on dates and all that weird stuff. That's just like no-go to me. It's disrespectful. It hurts. We can't take away that hurts. It hurts. And when you look at a relationship, you got to look at like, damn, is this hurting me more or benefiting me? And if your partner keeps doing a repeated pattern that's hurting you, it hurts. And it's not so much a benefit. The benefit, you really don't care about it no more. You'll know when you're done. So.
But that's why I think it's so important to establish those clear boundaries when you decide that, okay, it's going to be me and you. We're going to pursue this thing into a serious, committed relationship that can possibly lead to marriage. I feel like it's important to establish those guidelines, not, oh, this, one person in a relationship think this is what it is and the other person think this is what it is. But you come together and you be like, okay, this is what cheating is. This is what I'm willing to stand for. And this is what I'm not. This is what, because some of the things that you mentioned, I feel like is like not necessarily cheating, but for me, it would be disrespect. So, this is disrespect. This is what I'm willing to tolerate and what I'm not. And then once both of you are clear about that, and then something happens outside of what you guys already established as your clear boundary, then I think that takes it to another level. But if couples don't come together and have that clear boundary line and define what is going to work in their relationship, then you're always going to have couples just assuming that they're on the same page when they're not. Like they're on two, couples could be on two completely different pages But it's because they haven't communicated those boundaries.
Agreed. So at the end of
I
the day,
want to
it's
ask
like y'all just running into a brick wall repeatedly, and no one is getting nowhere besides a hurt person and a nonchalant person, or two hurt people, or two nonchalant peoples. I feel like, and I agree with that, and that's what I was trying to say when I was like, I don't want to say cheating or I want to say flirting. I agree with that because I couldn't find that. It's just disrespectful, and if you're disrespecting me, then and I'm allowing it, that means I don't respect myself, and if I don't respect myself, that's the problem. Like, that's a major red flag. So it does go off of tolerance too. So that I agree.
So I want to enter something else in the realm, right? Because I know we speak on counterparts and cheating. What constitutes same sex cheating? All right, God forbid.
It's still cheating.
God forbid.
I'm confused with what you're saying.
For me, it's the same. Any kind of intimate, yeah. For me, it's the same. Any kind of intimate connection, mental, physical, or the spirit. If those three things are involved with intimacy, it's cheating.
No, because I know okay, and I agree with that for your term. But I know just hypothetical, and some people may not deem if a girl talk to a girl that's cheating, right?
If a guy talks to a guy, that's very alarming.
No,
That's cheating.
whoa. One at a time, please. One at a time.
Me, if it's intimacy, it's cheating.
No,
right?
I got you.
If it's intimacy,
I got that.
Cheating.
Period, whether it's male or female. Intimacy, period, whether it's male or female. Okay, now I got that. I was just saying, not outside of your definition. That's what I was saying. Some people deem, oh no, it was a girl, so she ain't cheat on me. Understand?
No. So my definition,
or the girl may say, oh, that was a girl I was talking to, so I don't classify it as cheating. Understand? But I was doing, everything that if you do to a girl, I deem it cheating, things to that nature. That's all I was saying. Is there hypocrisy that could be y'all see what I'm asking?
Yeah, no. I think either whatever you define as cheating, I think it should be male or female.
Okay.
Correct. Agreed.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I agree 100% with what Nikkei was saying. It's for male or female. So even if, like, you have a best friend you confide in emotionally, whether that's a female, same sex, or whatever the case may be, if I'm not able to do that with my partner present, and I can only do that when he's not around, then that's cheating. That's a problem.
Throw it away.
Okay.
So it's not cheating if he's present, though, right?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Hey, this has been a great conversation with you guys. Always, y'all bring the best topics. Y'all bring the best conversation. I'm always appreciative to have you guys on. Understand? So we're gonna close. So we established flirting is flirting. Understand? It's no gray area. Cheating is discretion is discretionary. And we also established you cannot cheat on that boy records. Understand? No, but so let's close. And I normally ask this, and I think I asked that off camera. How was you guys' day? Let's just end with that. We'll go around. How was your day, Irie?
Man, my day was amazing. I started off with a massage, and that just set the tone for everything. Awesome. I recommend
a
professional. I recommend if
was
you have enough.
male or female?
Here we go. Should a
Where we
female get a massage from a male?
I'm just asking. I'm just asking. You don't
And
have
the
to
answer
answer.
is hell
Anything
yeah,
I,
she should.
anything I ask you, you don't have to answer.
it
Okay.
was it was a professional.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. Moving right along. Go ahead. My bad. Moving right along. So you started off with a massage. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that set the tone. It was just, very relaxing and chill day. And then the family, we had a Nerf gun fight. So it's pretty
Okay,
cool.
that's great. That's great. I'm glad you had a spectacular day. I understand. Nakeva, how was your day?
So, no, my day was good. I mean, I'm on spring break, so it feels good to be able to sleep in late. And the crazy thing is I woke up at 7:00, but for me, that's sleeping in late because I usually wake up at 4:30. So,
Wow.
yeah, just sleeping in late, waking up, did my meditation, my yoga, walk the dogs, and I really haven't done much today. just relax.
Well, that is great. I am glad you're on spring break, and we're gonna, you know, we're definitely, we're definitely gonna get some more days out of you. Pardon me.
You
Understand?
can. So
Okay.
my definition of advance notice is like a week ahead, like a week before. So yeah, just so you know.
Okay. My bad.
Okay.
I'm bad at that. I'm gonna get greater. Wolf, how was your day?
My day was a blessed day. Woke up, I read the scripture for the day out the Bible. I went to the park and shot around, made it on back to the house safely, paid some bills today.
Okay.
So it was all good.
Okay, well, that's great. I am glad that you had a great day, Dr. Wolf Muhammad. Okay. Sierra, how was your day?
My day was great. I've been getting a lot of bond time with my children, so I'm very excited about that. I got to handle some bills today, so that's always good when you can pay bills, I guess. But I guess I feel like I should just be staying home and getting my bills paid. But no, I'm just kidding. Nah, I've been enjoying my day though. I've been getting a lot of good bond time with my children, and I just love watching them grow. It's just been, and I've been getting also. I've been getting a little bit more involved with praying. I've been slacked a little bit on my prayers, and I'm not afraid to admit that. But last night, I feel like, and I know I'm probably gonna overdrag y'all, but don't kill me. But last night, I couldn't get no sleep, and I kept wondering why I can't go to sleep. And something, of course, the Spirit of God told me. I turned some church music on, y'all. I was so at peace from like 2 to like 5 this morning. I didn't know my kid's gonna be back up at 6, y'all. So I really am running off of no sleep. I have a banging headache, but it was worth it. My day turned out really great, so I get it now.
Well, I'm glad that you had a great, awesome day with the children. I understand. I'm glad that they're growing well. Can't wait. Simone, how was your day?
Simone is gone.
Okay. Simone is gone. I didn't realize that. So I had a wonderful day. Understand. I am on location. I can't wait to get back home to the family. Nonetheless, my day was incredible. Any day on top of God's green earth is a great day for me. Understand? Every day is celebrated. Every day is celebrated. So we are done here. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys.
Love you
Every
too.
time. Well, no, yeah. Of course, y'all could stay on.
Love you too, little brother.
Little bro.
Man, refocus. Live life, love life, pursue happiness fearlessly.
Stop.
Understand?
His hands right there. Sorry.
And let me get this camera.